Okay, but there's a bigger question here. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about former New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio announcing that him and his wife are getting a separation, but they're not getting divorced. So here is what's happening. They've been married for 30 years. They got kids, the whole 9 yards, and they are separating, but they're still going to stay in the same house. They're going to date other people, and they're not going to get divorced. I don't know why they want to tell us this, because if you're not getting divorced and you're going to, I guess, cheat on each other, I mean, you could just do that and it not really be a big deal. Y'all could do that and do it amongst yourselves. Do you want to be out on the public with your partner, with your new partner, but at the same time still live in the same residence and you don't want it to be weird? I don't know why we must know about this, but you know what I do know is that there's no explanation for his wife losing almost $1 billion. Oh, I ain't forget about that. I sure didn't. Remember this? This is Daily Mail, partner on the crazy ads everywhere. Where has $850 million gone? Bill de Blasio's wife can account for a staggering amount of taxpayer money that the New York mayor gave her for mental health project. This is back in March 2019. Charlene McCray, that's his wife's name, was assigned to $150 million budget for her Thrive NYC program. Record show scheme has failed to keep track of what it spent the money on. A small amount of data that was collected shows it fell far short of targets. Despite that, organizers have expanded the budget to $1 billion over 5 years. Okay, another article, same thing from Politico, back 2019. With opaque budget and elusive metrics, $150 million Thrive New York City program attempts a reset. So where's the money gone? And then here's another one. Real Clear Policy of $1 billion. They quote unquote lost $1 billion. Look, of $1 billion missing from New York City mental health program, some went to quote unquote unused diversion centers. All right. So where's the money at? Can we talk about that? You want to have this news out there and tell us a thing that's unnecessary for us to know, but where is the money? Now, we can continue into this story right here to see exactly what's happening. Maybe we can glean more from this. And of course, I'll link to everything in the description box. If you're on IG, visit the link in the bio, go to the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
Former New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio and wife Charlene McCray are going their separate ways. The two revealed in an interview with the New York Times that they are splitting.
They're actually not going their separate ways because they're still going to live in the same house. But let's keep on going.
But they are not planning to divorce. Eyewitness News reporter Kimberly Richardson is live in Park Slope, where she just spoke with Charlene McCray. Hi there, Kimberly.
Hi there, and Charlene McCray graciously agreed to speak with me under one condition, that afterwards we give her and her husband, former Mayor Bill de Blasio, some space. And yes, they just revealed this morning they're going their separate ways, but will still live together in their townhouse here in Park Slope. The former First Lady admits that making this decision to go their separate ways was a big one.
Why do I keep saying that? They're not going their separate ways. They're going to live in the same house. They're going to still be in the same house, and they're not getting divorced. So that's still your wife, and you still live in the same house. How is that going in separate ways? That doesn't make any sense.
She tells me they're very much still in love, that this was a mutual decision that was the right one as both begin new chapters in their lives. McCray says they've been discussing this for months, but was fully transparent, adding they're still trying to figure it out, how and what this looks like as they move forward. As for the couple's two children, who are both in their 20s, when they shared the news, McCray says they were a little bit sad, but positive. She says looking ahead, she hopes for one thing.
I hope that we can be a model for how couples can communicate honestly about what their needs are and how to conduct themselves when they find it's a time to move in a different direction. I think that's important. And that's what we're doing.
That was a key word right there. I heard that. I sure did hear that. But hey, we got a PG-13 show, so I'm gonna digress.
right now, but there's a very deep bond between us. We've been together for nearly 32 years, serving shoulder to shoulder in City Hall, and even before then. We've raised a beautiful family. Our family
Losing $1 billion in money that was going to mental health little program. Where is that money at? Probably in your pocket right now, but I'll move on.
Family comes first, and we just want to be able to continue our lives as public people, which it seems like you never stop being public people no matter what, but do it in a way that shows that all that we had, all that we built doesn't just go away.
And I asked McCray how she's feeling right now heading into this new chapter. She told me she's nervous, but she's looking forward to it. She was positive, she was upbeat, and I really sensed a weight has been lifted off of both of their shoulders. I also asked her, de Blasio's time, his failed run for president, all that time spent as mayor, did that play a role into this decision? She said yes, absolutely. As for de Blasio, he did leave home earlier this morning. McCray tells me for a trip, but she assured me he will be back.
Okie dokie. That's that right there. So yeah, Bill de Blasio and his wife are now split up, but they're not going to be split up. They're still going to be in the same house. It's totally weird. Let me see if I can glean more from this article right here. This is New York Daily News. You see the headline: Bill de Blasio wife Charlene McCray separating but not divorcing, will date other people. So what she said right there, needs being met and all this and that. I think she still wants to have that lifestyle that he was able to build for them, while at the same time doing what she wants to do in public without having the news media try to make her out to be something that she doesn't want to be seen as. That's kind of what I'm gathering, but I could be wrong. Let me see. So New York Times interview. Oh, yeah, there's a whole big think piece on New York Times. There's a whole big New York Times think piece. Let me see if I can just tab over there, if it'll let me. Yeah, it's a whole big think piece. Yeah, like you got all these nice pictures and everything. Bill de Blasio and Charlene McCray separating. Mr. Bill de Blasio's marriage helped fuel his campaign for mayor of New York, and his intense personal and political bond with his wife drew admiration and scrutiny. They're going to try to say it's racist because they interracial and then people talking about them because of that. Man, don't nobody care about that. This is 2023. Interracial couples are the least the least shocking thing that you can find nowadays. Okay? The new thing is you got people that identify as garden tools, as forest animals now getting married to each other. That is the craziest thing. All right. But yeah, it's a whole big piece. You can read this if you want to in the box, talking about their whole time together, all this and that, because it's New York Times, of course. They're going to highlight them as some kind of power couple or whatever. But I think this story was really weird. I didn't really see the purpose of them coming out and saying this. I think from her point of view, or what she'll tell the media, is that she wants to be dating publicly, but doesn't want to have to leave the home. It's really strange. It's really, really weird. It could be some legal things going on here, because if they get divorced, that could open her up to some legal problems. She probably convinced him to go into this because she might not want to be there. And I'm speculating, so I could be completely 100% wrong. I'm giving my opinion of a possible scenario. She could have convinced him to let her just kind of go out there, live her life, still stay in the house, do whatever she wants to do. Because if there's a divorce that happens, she could be liable for some things that happened during their marriage, like that $1 billion she lost. I don't care how much child support, ain't no more child support because the kids are grown. I don't care how much alimony or splitting of the assets you can have. It's not going to cover that $1 billion. I'm not sure she'd be liable for it, but it could open her up to some legal problems that she may not want to face. So she's going to stay right there in the security of that marriage until one of them passes away. But as I close, I want to say this. This is definitely a strange story, to say the least, but I think there could be more here than meets the eye. I don't think it's just as simple as what they're trying to make it be, talking about, oh, well, it's been 30 years, we got a strong bond, a different direction. I believe, in my humble opinion, from my thought process, from my point of view, I think there's more going on here than what meets the eye, and that's the reason why it's happening. But regardless of what's going on, We have the story, we have the information. Now all we could do is kind of speculate why beyond what they've told us. And I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what said you? How do you feel about this separation, but not separation? Is it weird? Is it strange? Have you heard about these things happening before where a couple will split, but they don't split? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. I am a tinfoil hat wearer. I'm a certified tinfoil hat wearer. You know, some guys get certified for HVAC and whatnot. I am certified in wearing tinfoil hats. I think this is being done for some legal purposes. And we still got that $1 billion that is unaccounted for. Are we ever going to get to the bottom of that? I guess not. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.